What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and man, oh man, I had a pretty unique experience last night, and I went to a local movie theater. For one night only, they were showing the brand new animated Batman the Killing Joke in theaters, and I have to say, I am very glad that I experienced it in theaters. It's a really different experience watching one of the animated series, in an actual theater. Actually, I thought it was for one night only, but maybe it's not. I don't know how long it's actually in theaters because I'm looking at it now and it looks like it's actually playing again tonight. So, in any event, maybe I should have waited for Eric and we could have done the review together. But I want to say, it was really good, first of all, and I'm going to start right from the beginning and say that I am giving it an 8 out of 10. If you want to count the awesome and amazing documentary stuff that they showed before and after the movie, I would probably, bump it up to an 8.5, maybe a 9. I really enjoyed the documentary part where Mark Hamill talked about becoming the Joker for the first time, how he had reservations about it, and how he became the Joker, and how he keeps saying he's going to walk away, but he's just too addicted to it, and he loves the character so much, and he just he can't do it, So I really enjoyed that aspect. The documentary part after is more about the music of the show, of the movie, and the art style was very retro, which I can appreciate because this is a book that was a major story in the history of comics. Like when we're talking maybe even top 5 all-time stories in the history of any comic book, every comic book, it's pretty tough to leave out Batman the Killing Joke. Like, Batman the Killing Joke is like kind of where the innocence of comic books died a little bit, Like, there were some mature issues before the series, or the graphic novel. I think it came out as a graphic novel. I don't know if it was like a series of books or if it was the graphic novel all at once. But what I can tell you is it's a 1988 one-shot graphic novel, and written by Alan Moore. I'm reading off Wikipedia. Many critics consider the graphic novel to be the definitive Joker story and one of the best Batman stories ever published. It won an Eisner Award. So, this is literally one of the most incredible, important stories between the relationship of Batman and Joker. So, it sucks because there's a little bit of a controversy around it. And it's the first thing a lot of people have been asking me about, and that is, and obviously, spoiler alert, like, if you haven't grasped that, my reviews will have spoilers, it is what it is. That sex scene, though. The story obviously follows Barbara Gordon. This is basically the conversion of Barbara Gordon from being Batgirl to becoming Oracle. This is the story where the Joker paralyzes her. And, I feel like there are parts of this that they did to make it longer as a movie. And to give, like, a frame of reference, as to why, Batgirl gave up being Batgirl. And they could have done it without her having sex with Batman. And I don't hate it, but it seems unnecessary. That's my biggest take from it. Now, there are a lot of people that are actually really outraged about it. I'm not outraged about it. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that they would have that relationship, like, ever. Like, here we are with Batman the Killing Joke. I mean, that came out like almost 30 years ago at this point. And even since then, we have all these years of Barbara Gordon and Bruce Wayne and Batman, coexisting and cohabitating. In the most recent Arkham Knight game, it's Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon that are in a relationship, or, at least, flirting, whatever it may be. Adding this dynamic just does not make sense. It's just, I really wish they left that out. And I just kind of feel like, they had to throw that in there just so that they could, put their stamp on it. And I really feel like I hate when people do that, Like, I hate it when somebody takes a story that's really not theirs, and I don't care if they were given the task of, animating that story. Like, that story is the story, and it's such an amazingly, important story to one of the, Batman, geez, is he the most popular comic book character in the world? He's got to be up there, like top 3, with Spider-Man and maybe Superman. I think Batman might be the most popular comic book character in the world, definitely DC Comics' most popular comic book character. And you're just adding such a major dynamic to it. And I'm not saying that's the reason why I ranked it an 8 out of 10. I honestly felt like the movie dragged a little bit. It's only an hour and 16 minutes. It's really not asking much to, to sit through that. But I enjoyed it thoroughly, and maybe I would have felt different if I didn't know the story and how it was supposed to go, and I didn't know what was going to happen next, if everything was a surprise to me. Maybe that is why I'm doing, an 8 out of 10. I don't know, but like, there was something slightly missing. And the reason it gets an 8 out of 10 is because Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill need to be my Batman and Joker forever. I mean, at least in the DC animated universe, they are the voice of Batman and Joker. And Mark Hamill, I wish he was younger, because I don't think Mark Hamill is just an animated Joker. I really and truly believe that if he did a live action Joker, that he would be thought of universally as the Joker and not Luke Skywalker. And think about that for a minute. Just think about how profound a statement that is. That we would think of Mark Hamill as the Joker and not Luke Skywalker. So it's kind of crazy to think that, though. And I really feel like I recently saw him do like a reading at like one of the Comic-Cons or one of the events. I think it was actually Star Wars Celebration. They asked him to read the Joker. And just seeing his mannerisms and his faces and stuff like that, and it's like, gosh, I want him to put on the costume. And, he's too old now. I mean, no offense, but the Joker, I think for most people, when I think of the Joker, I think of a person that's, around 30 to 35, not young, not old, just kind of, in their prime kind of age. So, but yeah, man, like, they executed all the main parts of the story really well. Like, it really keeps your attention. It just, the scene where Joker shoots Barbara Gordon is amazing. The shattered innocence of him unbuttoning her shirt is just, you're like, oh my God, I'm watching it, play out, and then, seeing Commissioner Gordon, on the little train, roller coaster ride, going down the hallway, seeing just pictures of his naked daughter, like, it's really chilling, and you feel that emotion. I mean, Ray Wise did a great Commissioner Gordon. Tara Strong is great in everything she does. So obviously she was great as Batgirl and Barbara Gordon. I just, it was really good. If you have the opportunity to see it in the theater, I would definitely do it. If you want to wait for the Blu-ray, I'm pretty sure the Blu-ray is already out. If it's not, it'll be out really, really soon. The theater is a limited run, so it's good. Don't get me wrong, but that sex scene for me just seems very, very unnecessary. I didn't need it. I don't think anybody else wanted it. I think we all could have lived without it. So that's what I got to say. If you've seen it or have an opinion, I'd love to know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed my review. And with that, we'll see you.